besties, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Emily. I love to shout about the library, plants, and other things that I'm doing, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Today, I have a really fun video. I am going to the library. I know that's like very unheard of for me, but I'm going to the library. These are going to be the library books that I'm borrowing for the month of December, and I actually have a goal in mind. So typically whenever I go to the library, I don't have like a TBR list of books that I'm getting from the library that day. It's really just like whatever stands out to me. But I am doing this Storygraph challenge, and let me pull it up so that way I can actually refresh my memory because I looked at it last night and now I forget. But I'm doing like a BIPOC author. Wait, let me just pull it up. I always get it wrong. BIPOC author alphabet challenge, where I have to find a book that starts with every letter of the alphabet and is written by a BIPOC author. And this is like a fun way to continue the diversification of your reading. And I really like challenges. I really like things where I can work towards it throughout the entire year. And a huge bonus is that it's on Storygraph, so that way it's like, you know, I just love Storygraph. I have the letters L, N, X, Q, and Q just has to be in the title because not a lot of books start with this letter. So the qualification is just that it can be anywhere in the title, and also starts with the first letter of your first name, which is Emily, so E. And I'm actually surprised I've only read one book that starts with the letter E that fits this challenge so far this year. So currently from Libby, I have Love is a War Song. So that's going to fit for my prompt L. So at the library today, I am just looking for a book that starts with the letter N, has Q in the title, starts with the letter E, and has X in the title. So those will be the 4 books that I'm getting from the library for the month of December, so that way I can complete this challenge. I actually found one of my favorite, funniest books whenever I did this last year. Last December, I got The Bandit Queen for the letter Q. And if you haven't read this yet, it's actually very funny, and I probably would have never picked it up had it not been for this challenge. So very cool about that. I hope that I'm going to find another one of my new favorite books by doing this. I have a couple books that I'm returning as well. Of course, I have my library loot bag, my trusty bag that I take to the library every time I go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that I am returning. I already have like a quick video on my Instagram and I think my TikTok about these books and library unhaul. So if you want to see the ones that I'm returning, you can check it out there. But it was not a great reading month for me in November, so I'm hoping having a goal in mind will help me to have a better reading month in December when it comes to library books. But today I'm actually at a new library. I'm at Andrew Carnegie Free Library and Music Hall in Carnegie, PA, because I am stopping at Carnegie Coffee Company for some coffee. I'm going to Woolly Bear Books and Gifts as part of like Small Business Saturday just to poke around, see what they have. They also have a mercantile store that's down in Carnegie that I will be checking out as well. And then so it just made sense to go to this library. And fun fact, this library is actually considered a historical landmark. It is so gorgeous from the outside and the inside. I can't wait to show it to you. It's perfect, and it's so sunny today, so it's just like there's going to be some good shots. I'm excited for it. So that's my plan for the library, getting these 4 books. I actually don't know how many books they have in this library, so I'm hoping they have enough where I'm able to find books that meet these qualifications. I'm sure I can, but I've just never been in this library before, so this will be a first for me. Probably a first for you guys. So let's get going.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh.
I'm not having good luck. Okay, I think for N, I'm gonna get They Bloom at Night because night has N. I'm struggling to find books to fit these prompts, so this is the one I'm gonna get for N. Yeah.
It's like large print or whatever. And I googled it and I was like, oh, so close. And then it's like, no.
He was just tan. I roped Nathan into helping me find books because they don't have a good selection here. Anyways, for title has X in it, I found Mexican Gothic, which I've been wanting to read this book anyway, so this is perfect. I think I'm gonna call it quits at this library. So for X, I have Mexican Gothic, and for N, I'm gonna fudge it a little and get They Bloom at Night because I've been wanting to read this book for a while anyways. If the other library that I go to has a better selection, then I might pick that. But I'm happy with these two books for now. Now I just need one with Q and a title that begins with E. Okay, I'm gonna try to be nice, but I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to that library again. They had an awful selection. There was a lot of like James Patterson and like Leslie Meyer and just like the white people authors, which all of the libraries in my area that are like larger have a lot of, or have a good amount of like diversity in their selection. But I think because this library is a little bit more focused on other things, maybe they don't stock it here. So we're going to another library, the trusty library, the library I always go to.
There's a library that way.
Oh yeah. I missed it.
Damn.
I was trying to zoom in, you know. My driver.
What if you got into a car accident in your video?
What if?
Dude.
The Mount Lebanon Library is not the one closest to my house, but it's the one that feels most like home to me. And like every time I've been here, I'm just like, the library. They always have the best books here. I've seen a lot of people reading this book. Maybe next year. White author. It also doesn't fit my prompt, so I probably won't read it in December, but eventually. Upon browsing, I realized that I actually have already completed the Q prompt because I'm taking pictures as part of like books I saw at my library recently, and I took a picture of this and I was like, I like this book. And I was like, wait a minute, that's a Q. And I read that this year, so that fit in the prompt. So the only one I'm really looking for right now is the title begins with E. And also, this book dominated the reading awards, and I had never heard of it before, but my library has it, so I'm gonna get it and read it as like an extra book in December or maybe January. But yeah. I think I found a book with E. Escape Velocity. It is a speculative fiction book, kind of sci-fi. I think I would really enjoy it. However, I'm going to keep on looking because the text, it looks like it's going to be really hard to read. Like, it's not a very good font to be reading. And I've talked before about how like my eyes are strained very easily, so I'm gonna keep this in my bag in case I can't find anything else, but I am gonna keep looking. My Baby, one of my favorite series ever. Okay, I'm in like the last aisle and it's not looking good, so I think I'm gonna have to keep the ebook that I found before. But I also saw Chuck Tingle, Bury Your Gaze. I've been wanting to read this book for so long. Really anything by Chuck Tingle, and the Libby holds are just so long, so I think I'm gonna get this also, even though it's not a part of the challenge. But yeah, it's coming home with me. Confirmed I could not find any other book that began with E that sounded interesting to me, so I'm just gonna stick with Escape Velocity and Nathan. It's getting bored, so we're gonna leave. I'm gonna check out and then I'll show you guys all of the books that I got once I get back in the car.
I feel like you do this every time. Hold your thing.
Okay, so the books that I was trying to find as a reminder to myself, N, Q, X, and then E, letter that begins with your first name. I got books to fit all of the prompts. So for N, I got They Bloom at Night, and I'm just going to use the N in night as the requirement for N. It was really hard to find any book that started with N or was like the N, you know? So They Bloom at Night. I've been wanting to read this for a while anyway, so that will be really good. Next, I needed X in the title, somewhere in the title, so I got Mexican Gothic. I really love this author. I have been wanting to pick this up for a little bit. The library had it, fits the prompt, so I got it. And then for E, I got Escape Velocity. I actually have never heard of this book before or anybody talking about it. It sounds very interesting. I am going to try to go into it with an open mind, like I said before. The font is not typical font of like a book, like not one that looks like it would be easy to read. Probably somebody who works in publishing can say it better than I can, but it doesn't have like the little, or the, you know, in text where it's sans, like Times New Roman.
Comic Sans?
No. Like, you know, text has like Times New Roman and it looks like it's very easy to read. That's not this. So I don't know what that would be. But the font, I'm going to try to go into it with an open mind. So that's going to finish out my BIPOC alphabet reading challenge for 2025. Just these 3 books, and then I will be 100% completed. And the library did have a couple other books that I wanted to read, so I got those as well. Bury Your Gaze. I've been wanting to read this for so long. Chuck Tingle is an author that I have not dove into yet, but all of my mutuals love. So my library had it. I'm excited to get to this. And I also got Salt Bones. I also don't really know what this is about, but this book dominated the reading awards and a lot of people like it, so they had it, so I got it. And these are the 5 books that I got from the library. 5 books? Yeah. 5 books from 2 different libraries on a Saturday. Hang on, I'm trying to show them all to you. All of my books. So that was fun. Thanks so much for watching this library vlog. If you are doing any reading challenges this year, let me know. And also if you want the link for the BIPOC alphabet challenge for next year, also let me know. I can send it to you. It's a lot of fun. It's on Storygraph, and then I also, you know, make it so that way it's also my own. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.